most dealers are going to sell you the car right around the invoice price, plus a $500 to $1,000, depending on what kind of dealer you get. See, we're a volume store, so all of ours just go out the door at invoice, minus all the rebates, and that way you get the best deal, no haggle price, everything's easy. Dealers actually get a little bit of money back from the manufacturer, but they got to sell a lot of cars to get that. It's commonly referred to as the holdback. Nowadays, there isn't a whole lot of holdback money, so you got to sell a bunch of cars to do that. So the only way to really do that is to just blow them all out at invoice and then make sure you have good service. That way you'll get repeat customers. Why do I keep doing that with my head? Now, some people will tell you want to wait till the end of the year to get a really good deal, but you should wait till the last day of the month. Because the last day of the month, they're either going to need a few cars to make sure they get their number, or they're going to be at their number and want to make sure they sell a couple extra cars to make sure they don't lose. You go to the end of the month, the last day of the month to be exact, doesn't matter whether it's in March or if it's in December, you're going to get the best possible price. No dealer wants to miss their number by one car because they will lose out tens of thousands of dollars if they do that. I mean, they can't keep the doors open if they don't hit their numbers, so they're going to make sure they hit their number no matter what. Now, the reason why you want to make sure you're reading the fine print when you're comparing prices online is because a lot of dealers will actually advertise every available rebate that there is. Then when you get there, they're like, hey, you didn't qualify for this one. You have to be driving a Ford, you didn't qualify for that. Matter of fact, if that's happened to you, go ahead and comment down below which dealers you went to. That way we'll know which ones to avoid. Because at the end of the day, we all get them from the same distributors. We have access to all the same rebates. The only way one dealer is going to be dramatically lower than the other one is if they go way back of invoice just to make sure they're hitting their number. And you can usually only get those deals at the end of the month. By the way, if you hadn't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and toss this video a like. Ultimately, if you really want to get the best deal, all you gotta do is find somebody you know that works in the automobile industry. Go to them. Go to somebody you know and trust. And I guarantee you, if you can't think of anybody off the top of your head, go scroll down your Facebook friends list. I guarantee you there's somebody who either sells cars, works in a mechanic shop, or heck, even works in the accounting office. There's like hundreds of people that work at car dealerships because for every car that we sell, you gotta have somebody that pulls the invoices, checks the cars in, gasses them up, gets them detailed, pays off your trade-ins. I mean, there's just tons and tons of people here that you will never see that help make sure you get the best deal on the cars. Also, if you can't find anybody, I can always ship nationwide. Used cars is another matter though, because with used cars, it's not an exact science. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it. I mean, most people think that we just buy a trade-in and then stick it on the lot and put as much money on it as we possibly can think of that some sucker might come in and buy it. That's really not the case. I mean, realistically, when you look at a used car, chances are it's either one that we traded for or it's one that we had to buy at the auction. Now, whenever it comes down to how these vehicles are priced, there's a lot of different things that go into it. The biggest thing being what the NADA says that the car's worth. The reason the NADA is important is because banks aren't going to loan you more than what the NADA says that the car's worth. Okay, so unless you're buying a car like Randy Moss, straight cash, homie, then you're going to have to get a loan on it. You know, so 90% of the people who buy vehicles, they get some type of auto loan at some point, and probably 85% of those want to, do it with no money down. So that's why the NADA values are important. Now, after we actually take your car in on trade, or we even buy it from the auction, then we actually have to go and get it fixed. So whenever you trade in a car, if it's got bad tires or a cracked windshield or anything that's not going to pass state safety inspection, then we've got to fix that before we can even sell a car. And then on top of that, we don't want to sell cars with issues. So if it's near 100,000 miles, we got to make sure the maintenance is done. All those little things that you didn't want to do to your car, the reason why you're trading it in, well, we got to make sure those things get done so that we can have a happy customer when we sell them your old car. After the car is serviced, it's brought here to our wash bay. So you get a car that's obviously a dirty one, we got to get it cleaned up to put on the lot, and before you take possession of your vehicle, you're going to want to get it detailed. So we got to pay the people that have to wash the car. Not only that, but after the car gets washed and serviced, then you probably saw it on the internet. You know those websites that you see all these cars on? Well, guess what? We generally have to pay to go on those websites, and the commercials that you hear and the videos that you see, like, matter of fact, this one, I don't even get paid to make these videos. I just make them because people like them, and then they come buy cars for me. So in the end, it actually pays, for itself. But all that other stuff, well, those things have costs. So that's why when you say you take a car in for $10,000. Well, then it has to go through the service center, has to get washed, has to go through all these costs that add up. And that next thing you know, we put it online for $14,000 just to make sure we're competitive, and it's still the lowest price on a vehicle. Well, our society is programmed us to think that if you pay what the dealer's asking, then they took advantage of you, which that isn't necessarily the case. Again, the best way to make sure you get the best price on used cars, do some research. Look at kellybluebook.com, look at competing dealers. Make sure that there's, when you are looking and doing your research, that you make sure you're comparing apples to apples. Cars with wrecks and, a little bit more miles on them are definitely going to be cheaper than ones that are one owner, no accident used cars. So keep all that stuff in mind when you're doing your research. And again, oh, by the way, speaking of these videos I don't get paid for, but one thing you can do if you want to help me out and keep seeing these videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If this video was helpful for you, go ahead and share it with somebody and click that like button. Alright guys, well, I hope this video has helped you guys get a better understanding on how we price vehicles and the best way to get the best possible deal on one. So, as always guys, if you need anything, you can always hit me up right here. There's that's my actual phone number. You can always call me there directly. Or if you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at NerdDadTV, N3RDDADTV. And as always, I'll see you on the other side. Hey guys, it's Nerd Dad. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, here are a couple others that you might enjoy. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. Alright, see you on the other side.